It is Tuesday night, which means it is album tour night, which means I have these journeys that I go on where I try to discover music. And on Tuesday, I discover music that has just really captivated my interest and, kind of go into my own deep dive. Now, this particular Tuesday, we're going to be listening to Steely Dan's Asia, followed up by Talking Heads, more songs about buildings and food. Both artists I've said I'm going to do the entire catalog on, and both artists are being featured this evening. Now we're starting with the Dan, the more complex of the two, if we're just being honest about it. Like let's be real. Fagan and Becker, we're a lot more about strutting their virtuosic nature than maybe the Talking Heads were, and that's totally cool, total different in perspective, but I'm pretty juiced to get here. Besides the point, my beautiful, lovely wife says that this is her all-time favorite Steely Dan album.
Well, I have two.
You have two. The other is
This one and
Gaucho.
Gaucho,
Right.
yes.
Now, we have been doing a heck of a lot of Steely Dan listening in the last maybe week of our life because we were coming up to this one. For me to get to Asia, we had to knock out Katie Lied and the Royal Scam. And I'm not going to lie, after I listened to the Royal Scam, I was like, yep, that's my second favorite of the Dan albums. I think that right now my order is Can't Buy a Thrill, The Royal Scam, Countdown to Ecstasy, Pretzel Logic, Katie Lied. My favorite song still is Bodhisattva. I got to give it to you, Mel. I think that one's probably going to be permanently my favorite song
Yeah,
because that you sent it to me in
of
like the midst
course.
of us falling in
Early
love. Yeah,
on,
in the midst of us
I
falling in
knew he
love.
would like Bodhisattva.
But all of that to say, we decided that we were going to do every single Dan album together that's relevant, and here we are.
It's funny somebody's saying that they're all pretty similar because I feel like, have commented in the last video how they're all very different.
I think that they're each tremendously different. I feel
Oh,
like the similarity is that you
the
hear
voice.
the voice. That's it. That's it. To me anyway. That's where it ends. Because again, when you compare the difference in tones and textures of each of these, there's something tremendously different. Katie Lied, for example, ridiculously jazzy. It had so many different elements that came in. You get to the Royal Scam though, and you're totally. I mean, all of it.
Funky?
Yeah, it's very funky. You've got the clav, placements
Mm.
in there. You've got different kind of guitar textures that fly in. Their editing, mixing, and mastering gets better every single album dramatically. But I feel like there is just there is a boisterousness with the Dan that you get
Mm.
of just they're boisterous in virtuosity, and so guys, I'm really excited to get into this one. It looks like we've got 7 tracks over 39 minutes and 57 seconds. It says it came out January 1st of 1977,
That's
but I'm
definitely,
pretty
yeah.
sure that's false because
Title
title,
says every song starts on
yeah,
January
title
1st.
seems to say every song is on that date. Now I will say
I'm
title's
checking.
sound quality is awesome. I'm never going to be able to go back to Spotify, but they don't get the dates right.
So it was released on September 23rd, 1977. It
Okay.
was recorded late 76 to July 97. I
Okay.
mean, 77.
Gotcha. Okay. Here it is. Yeah. Now, guys, I'm gonna hit the play button on this thing. This is a music discovery stream, so I need all of yous in the chat to let us know. Have you heard this album before? Are you familiar, or are you raw dogging it with me? Is this a first time listen to you, or is this a familiar listen to you? Before I hit the play, you listened to this like yesterday.
No.
No? Were you
Um,
waiting to
I
get a
listened to
fresh?
Gaucho
You
yesterday.
listened to Gaucho yesterday. Okay.
I know this one. I know all the songs like way more than the other albums.
Okay.
But they're all really great. I'm curious to see what you think.
So
I hope.
Black Cow, Asia, Deacon Blues,
Ooh,
Peg, Home at Last,
Home
I
at
Got the News,
Last.
or Josie.
Okay, Home at Last.
That's the one for you, huh?
Well, Black Cow's great. Deacon Blues is actually probably up there.
Okay.
Those would be my top three, but they're all amazing. Let's see what you think.
Got it. Well, guys, it
Steely
looks
Dan,
like
yeah, it's like
we
about like a
have
dildo or something.
it look it looks like we have quite a bit of first timers hopping in on this one, which I'm pretty excited about. It also looks like it's a pretty even distribution. So guys, I'm gonna hit the play button. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome. that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. And if you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Twitch or Kick. These people over here are the best people. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time, and I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. It's a ton of fun when you listen to music with people, when you're either on the discovery side or the watching people discover side. It's a ton of fun. Guys, without further ado, though, let's hop back into the Dan, shall we? Black Cow. Here we go. Immediately back to the clav, huh? Got the funk spot here. Jeez, good nugget, Garrett. You hear the guitar?
I saw you in Rudy's. You were very high. You were high. It was a crying disgrace. They saw your face on the counter by your keys. Was a book of numbers and your remedies.
I'm loving these guitar slide moments. They're so tasty, but like just like in the Royal Scam, you're hearing the clav as kind of a featured rhythmic and melodic instrument, which is so nice. It definitely, to your point, Garabato, it's absolutely a sexy song. There's no doubt about it. And it is an audiophile's wet dream. And in fact, headphone listeners, do me and the YouTuberooskies a favor and identify yourselves. As you know, as I've been listening to the Dan, I have been flying all over the place telling people like what to listen to in which ear. This is and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that I think right now truly the Royal Scam might be just one of the best mixed and mastered albums I've ever heard.
Well, Royal Scam was my favorite when I was in my progression of albums until I got to this.
Okay. Well, let's bring it back a little bit more now that I'm done talking about my audiophile boner.
It was a crying disgrace. They saw your face on the counter by your keys. Was a book of numbers and your remedies. One of these.
What?
It goes from left to right
Can
ear.
you turn it up a tiny bit for me?
Yeah, I can absolutely turn it up a bit for you.
Thank you.
You're man, babe, I love you. You're so cool. Here you go. Here's some sauce for you. Listen to the slides. Both Mel and I are wearing Bear Dynamic 900 Pro X headphones.
And I never heard Steely Dan truly until I got these.
Yeah.
And your remedies. One of these. Surely will screen out the sorrow. But where are you tomorrow?
The clav in the right ear.
I can't cry anymore. You run around. Break away. Just when it seems so clear that it's over now. Drink your big black cow and get out of here. Down to Green Street.
Their use of upstrokes on the guitar is just making me so happy. Bam, bam, bam. And you've got that Rhodes coming in, where with the Fender Rhodes piano, like you've heard me comment on that a lot. Like it kind of comes in while he's like double boarding, right? Like you're hearing one hand on a Rhodes, you're hearing one hand up on a clav.
Oh.
The clav is in the right ear.
Down to Green Street. There you go.
Black Cow's Kahlua and Milk. Got it.
Looking so outraged. And they tell you so. You should know.
His bass line is so nice.
Play the game. You change your name. Like a gang
you hear the horn pan?
and get out of here.
The drum sound. Okay, I know I keep pausing it, but this is important. I want, if you're drummer oriented, okay, close your eyes, put the ride to your front right, put the snare just to your bottom left. And I want you to listen. If you close your eyes, they have positioned the drum kit where you would be striking it and hearing it without headphones. If you're playing it. This is so good. Judo, I am 100% on pan them where the drummer would see them, because as a person who's sat on a throne, and I think anybody who's sat on a throne would probably agree, you want to hear it as if you're kind of living in the music as a participant and maybe not as a viewer. And maybe this is coming from a musician's perspective, and perhaps there are musicians who would disagree with me and want to see it as a viewer. But I personally just am of the impression that if you're gonna do drum panning, you need to do it with respect to the drummer's orientation. That point blank.
I can't cry anymore. Break away.
Oh my gosh!
Just when it seems so clear that it's over now. Drink your
Garrett, you weren't
beer
kidding.
right now and get out of here.
The sax! So happy! We're bringing it back. Oh my gosh, this whole saxophone solo thing. The whole saxophone solo was just like a lesson in control and virtuosic nature.
Yeah.
I thought you were raising your hand.
No, I just move a lot.
Gotcha.
And get out.
Most people don't sit like this, though. The clap on the right ear in her voice. The horns in the left. It's smooth. It's just so smooth. No, this is fantastic. I dig it so hard. You don't have to get it. I think it's honestly, it does seem really specific. Man, no, honestly, I don't think it does. I think you like it or you don't, right? Like just the same as any other music. I don't think that there's any more or less definitively right or wrong reason to like something or to not like something. But I will say, if you are a person who audiophiles, if you're a person who does headphone research, if you're like, if you're a person who's like looking up sound quality, like, or just has an interest in audio in general, I feel like this is super easy to sink your teeth into. It's so ketchup it flips back around to being mustard. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that was ketchup at all. I feel like that was kind of just like butter. I don't think that was like butter spread across a nice piece of sourdough. Maybe like it's oh
Yeah, pure ghee.
Pure ghee. I'm gonna expose a little bit of my ignorance here, but what's pure ghee?
It's like straight like clarified butter, I think is what it is.
Okay.
It's
Garlic aioli.
I know it from like Indian food.
Got it. So Asia is
clarified butter from India.
I just noticed that there's a face on this album cover. I just noticed. Did you see the little
I actually
piece
don't
of a
think
face?
I've ever noticed that. Yeah, no.
There's a little piece of a face there. There's a nose and lips.
Asia, and on this track, Asia is that awesome guitar player that was ripping in the last album.
So just so everybody knows.
What was his name? Larry Carlton?
Yes, Larry Carlton. Oh,
yeah.
Boy, did he
I just
ever.
saw him on the list.
So Black Cow had Fagan on vocals and the synth, Paul Humphrey on drums, Chuck Rainey. Well, if any of yous are wondering, you can reference our Discord to see, in the context crew where it is. I will be referring in there periodically when I'm like, oh, what was that? Asia. Nice.
Yeah, constant music.
I never have.
Up on the hill, people never stand. They just don't care.
Dude, Idio, thank you.
Chinese music under banyan tree. Here at the Dude Ranch above the sea. Asia, when all my dime dancing is through, I run to you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to get so tickled, but it's just, I keep thinking a moment's going to transition and then they just add one little bit of extra stuff. That little flourish there at the left ear at the very end of that transition. In the I Run to You part. And you've got the click cow.
When all my dime dancing is through, I run
Right here.
to you.
In the left ear. Oh.
Up on the hill, they've got time to burn. There's no return.
The panning.
Double helix in the sky tonight. Throw out the hardware. Let's do it right.
that ride sound. Again, they positioned the ride so perfectly. Like I can close my eyes and see my arm striking it.
I run to you.
Ugh. This album, I feel like almost every time you hear the guitar, you're hearing upstrokes. You're not hearing downstrokes. Bow, bow. Like they
How do you know the difference?
it's a lot of
Will I
time.
hear
But
that?
I could show you the
Okay.
difference, but it's like the noise starts higher pitch than lower pitch. I don't know another
Okay.
way to put it.
Okay.
But you can kind of bow, bow, and not bum bum.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
if that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
Okay. So that's the way Becker likes to play.
I think it's just one of those I don't know. It's one of those things that you kind of
Okay.
it's it's a use case thing, right? Like a lot of people don't do it. You hear it a lot in like reggae kind of sounds like
Mm.
you hear it a lot in kind of softer rock vibes. Think like a band like Metallica, they're known for just doing downstrokes, like really hard, really
Okay.
fast. This is it's a control move, like the upstroke. Well, you know, it's
Can you play it back so I can
Yep.
hear it?
for sure.
Thanks.
The shakers, the layers, the percussion layers. This drum sound is incredible. Is this Larry Carlton? Denny Diaz. The drums and the sax. Garrett, good nugget. The reason I think it hits musicians, admittedly, is I've been listening to the Dan over the last week. Like, I'm 3 albums in, and each of the albums have kind of done something more. This feels like it takes some of the best parts of Katie Lied and some of the best parts of the Royal Scam and kind of throws it into an album. And I think that the reason musicians specifically freak out is because we know the TLC it takes to get something to sound like this. And we also have no idea, most of us, how we would try to accomplish such a clean sound, such a smooth mix, such a vast array of stereo panning. Like, it's one of those things where if you close your eyes and you just try to pick out each layer. This is something I do pretty often. Like, if you're watching me and I'm like, you're seeing me point at ears, like I'm commenting on things that um I'm noticing are kind of unique to that moment on either the left or the right side. When you see them incorporate different genres, it's like genre fluidity in a time that I didn't really know that they were like being as genre fluid. And especially having dug into Miles Davis's Bitches Brew, right? Like, the added little nugget of like the saxophone from that performance ends up here is really cool to me. But then you have the TLC of, I can only imagine the studio engineer, like, or the guy that's doing mixing and mastering, or maybe Fagan and Becker, sitting behind a board, closing their eyes, trying to position themselves where they think in the room that would fall. That being the sound in question.
Mm.
They capture it to where it seems like you're standing in the middle of a room, or behind a drum set. Like, I feel like there isn't the hook is the TLC that they throw into it, right? And herein lies the difference, I think, between, like, the contrast that you're going to end up seeing between, like, Steely Dan's Asia and Talking Heads' more songs about buildings and food, right? It's a totally different kind of complexity that gets thrown into this. And yeah, I disagree that you need, hook music, because you've listened to so much music with Mustard that has no hook, just in your face, buckets of mustard getting chucked over you. So I feel like it's more likely not that you like a hook, it's just that you don't like the sound, and that's fine. But it's the way that they incorporate the sounds that I think, as a musician, I'm gonna just speak for every musician in the world here in general, right? But I think that there are plenty of musicians that don't like Steely Dan because they don't like the sound textures that come with the sound, and they don't like the abstract, often satirical lyricism that comes with it. But I think when you focus on the fact that you've kind of got like two endearing assholes like making the music, and like firing the band and basically hiring guns to make incredible sounds, it's a really cool thing. I know that was a long diatribe, so I'm gonna bring it back a little bit, but I think that musicians are obsessed with this, or excited about this, because we all recognize the ridiculous effort it would take to get there. The incorporation of moments like they're just transitionary pieces.
Up on the hill, they think I'm okay, or so they say.
The left ear keys.
Chinese music always sets me free.
Though that part did give me a Ricky Don't Lose That Number vibe.
Chinese music
Just dime dancing. Like jukebox dancing? You. It's elevating. This song ripped. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's just, it feels like music made for dudes that like get their rocks off on sound. I mean, honestly, I don't know another way to put it. You know, it feels like music that's made for people who just want to hear like interesting mixing, mastering, and again that drum, the ending drums.
Yeah.
Cool. Like how many times did I say on the Royal Scam, like the drum sound just totally changed the game this album compared to all the others. I said that so many times. This was that maximized.
So both got hearts? I wasn't paying attention.
Yes, both got hearts. Both got hearts. Got to run an ad.
Okay.
Be right back. You know, in between pee breaks, Mel and I were just talking about how this is like, I just said it and I can't remember how I said it. I said this is a sound bath for musicians. This is a sound bath for musicians. And it sounds like yacht rock to people who don't like yacht rock, you know? And because I don't think Steely Dan is yacht rock, but it sounds like yacht rock to people who don't like yacht rock. And it's a sound bath for musicians who are like, oh, man, they're doing some cool stuff. It's not for everybody. Not everybody likes a sound bath. Point blank. It's not, and it's not wrong to not like the sounds that you hear, right? We have all got our own tastes. I do think that not connecting with this doesn't make you more or less a musician. I don't think it makes you more or less an appreciator of sound. I'm going to be honest. I was a little bit struggling on the lyrical end of this. I was so focused on the sound. I totally missed the lyrical end of this. Yes, I heard Kid Charlemagne. I had some things to say about Kid Charlemagne. Honestly, I like in a like as a deadhead, I had some feelings about it, and I didn't know how
any of the backstory about it. I was like so amazed.
Yeah. Wait, trust
Marmar,
me.
We learned, and it's so obvious after like listening to the lyrics. But I don't listen to the lyrics. I just listen to the music.
I went into some big old depth, talking about what I thought they may or might or mightn't have been talking about in relation to the bear. So anyways, guys, getting back into this one, so far, this is a 2 for 2 for me. And the next song is Deacon Blues.
Oh, yeah.
You hear even the keys. It's like I feel like they've got like 5 microphones across the keyboard miking it. Listen, it goes right to left.
Ooh.
This is the day of the expanding man. That shape is my shame. There where I used to stand. It seems like only yesterday I gazed through the glass at ramblers, wild gamblers. That's all in the past. You call me a fool. You say it's
The horns coming in. The panning keys.
I already bought the dream. So useless to ask me why. Throw a kiss and say goodbye. I'll make it this time.
I did.
I'm ready to cross that fine line. Learn to work the saxophone. I play just what I feel. Drink scotch whiskey all night long. And die behind the wheel. They got it made for.
Man, dang, I didn't think that was gonna, like, that really hit cheerful melancholy there.
But it's like, to me, yeah, cheerful melancholy. Like,
The saxophone. I play just what I feel. Drink scotch whiskey all night long. And die behind the wheel. They got it made for the winners in the world. I want a name when I lose. They call Alabama the Crimson Tide.
Because they can't spell elephant in Alabama. That's why they call them the Crimson Tide. Go Vols.
ooh.
Call me Deacon Blues. My back to the wall, a victim of laughing chance. This is for me, the essence of true romance.
Whoa.
Sharing the things we know and love with those of my kind. Libation, sensation.
It's interesting to me. I feel like they're kind of dunking on a lifestyle that they've earned for themselves. And I know that that's maybe not dunking on it, but I feel like maybe they're singing about, like, satirically about the kind of the catch-22 of fame and fortune, of success as an artist, you know?
Mhm.
It feels like there is a little bit of you know, like kind of a comment on what a dangerous game we play when you know, you accomplish so many of these things. And I like that they don't just spell it out for you a lot. Like, I feel like with their lyricism, you very frequently have to, like, sift through satire, and you know, kind of piece together. And honestly, maybe it's that it's not like, I think part of the return listens is letting it kind of I don't know. Figured you'd appreciate this since you recently reacted to him. Dan Deacon has a song called Steely Blues. Ooh,
Definitely on purpose.
that's gotta be. Well, honestly, I listened to that Dan Deacon song so many times. The cartoon music video that
Oh,
you were
okay.
like, you're watching that again? That one.
I walked in on that.
But you walked in on that, like, probably through over a 6-hour shift of work,
Yeah.
where you're like, that one again? Uh-huh. That's, I do feel like this is, again, the Deacon Blues. I don't know. It feels like maybe this was written about somebody, or a hypothetical somebody that kind of falls into the trap. I do tell me your impression of the lyrics here.
What is this? Did you read this naked lunch book everyone's talking about?
I did not read Naked Lunch.
Okay.
The essence of true romance.
Walked in on me doing the Deacon. That's right. That's right.
Sharing the things we know and love with those of my kind.
Those of his kind, right? Like, sharing the things they know and love. Those things are libations and sensations. They're talking about living in, you know, like, sybaritic excess. You know, like having, like, wow.
Libation, sensation, that stagger the mind.
Like, they're inebriating themselves.
Like a viper through these suburban streets. Make love to these women, languid and bittersweet.
Yeah, like they're talking about getting up and going out late.
Make it my home, sweet home. Learn to work the saxophone. I play just what I feel. Drink scotch whiskey all night long. And I'm behind the wheel. They got a name for the winners in the world. I want a name when I lose. They call Alabama the Crimson Tide.
Because they can't spell elephant.
Call me Deacon Blues. Deacon
The drum sound. Okay. What Alabama did is exist. I'm as a man of Tennessee,
Oh, I'm so lost.
we don't appreciate Alabama or their Crimson Tide.
Oh, there's
It's-
a rivalry?
Yeah.
Why?
Tennessee versus Alabama. We're the, you know, the prime of the South. Like
Okay.
this is, you know, we just don't like each other. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. And I'm allowed to not like them because go Vols.
Yeah, go Vols.
This is the night of the expanding man.
Love you, Idio.
I take one last drag as I approach the stand. I cried when I wrote this song. Sue me if I played you wrong. This brother is free. I be what
You hear the guitar in the left ear?
I learned to work the
Good night.
saxophone. I play just what I feel. Drink scotch whiskey all night long. And I'm behind the wheel. They got a name for the winners in the world. I want
Can anybody give me context on this song in general?
Alabama the Crimson Tide. Call me Deacon Blues. Deacon
This has been the softest one on the album. I haven't liked this as much as the others.
Okay. You think you're gonna heart it?
I don't think I am. I don't think I'm gonna heart this one.
What?
I'm sorry. And I hate to say it, but I think I'm kind of I think currently I'm a bit more excited about the Royal Scam
That's okay.
than I am about Asia. Like I'm not trying to dunk on the one that you like. I still like this. I still think it's brilliant, but
Crimson likes this one.
I he would like this one.
I like it.
I like the pops. You hear these delays, like the bow bow, the palm muted sounds you're hearing kind of go from left to right ear. Yeah, I'm just mad that they didn't shout out the Vols. They probably didn't have to though, because the Vols aren't out there crashing behind the wheel, dying behind the wheel, you know.
He actually liked the board fades on the Royal Scam too.
I liked a couple of them.
Okay.
Don't go spreading misinformation.
Okay.
I will say that this board fade is going about as deep as one can go in a board fade. Listen, there are so many different things that are happening. Yeah, I know, Crimson, it's crazy, but yes, I did compliment like 2 different board fades in the Royal Scam. That's real news. This is Peg. I'm sure that they're just singing about a gal named Peggy, right? Listen to the funk vibes on this.
I seen your picture. Your name and lots above it.
I knew you were gonna like this one.
This is your big debut. It's like a dream.
Oh yeah, they sampled it in the song you listened to on. Remember, that's when I came in and I heard it.
Totally, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Hey, the Dan does this, and it's on Asian. You're gonna hear that." Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, I just connected
forgot.
dots. Oh man,
Yeah.
that video is gonna be coming out soon on the YouTube channel. Maybe if you're watching on YouTube right now and you're seeing this, it's already out. But holy actual cats, I didn't even connect that was the thing. I'm gonna bring it back.
Your name and lots above it. This is your big debut. It's like a dream come true. So won't you smile for the camera? I know they're gonna love it. Peg, I like your pin shot. I keep
This
it
bass
with you
line.
better. Done up in blueprint blue. It sure looks good on you. And when you smile for the camera, I know I love you better. Hey, it will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Then the shutter falls. You see it all revealed. It's your favorite foreign movie.
You hear this? The little guitar parts. Like it's all happening in the left ear, and then you've got the bass being so present. I almost feel like in a lot of ways the bass is the. Don't laugh at me. Some people have problems.
Yeah, I don't like Michael McDonald. We looked him up in the last album. I'm like, he's just a famous guy. I just
Oh.
know his name. I think he's in the 4-Year-Old Virgin, like in the TV store when they're like playing Michael McDonald over again.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't remember. Yeah, now Kith. Yo, you
Does
guys.
anyone know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I had to look it up. I'm like a doobie, brother.
He's one of the dubes.
Yeah.
Got it.
The shutter falls. You see it all revealed.
7 guitar players tried out for the solo. Da-da-da. Their incorporation of jazz and funk and R&B is just incredible, along with rock and roll.
I like your picture.
I do want to kind of revisit that when you have jazzed up 12 bar blues for the verse on this. You know, I've made that comment about Steely Dan, how it kind of feels like they take a 12 bar concept and then they completely throw like a jazz onto it. Like they jazz all over 12 bar blues. And when they do that, you get this really interesting bombastic meets like chaotic meets very structured thing. And you know, when you try to take these concepts that almost strike you as kind of opposite ends of the spectrum musically, and then you kind of, you know, kind of just whatever. Yeah, it's I like it.
I did want to ask the chat a question because I thought we were going to use a new term instead of yacht rock. What did we agree on?
I don't think we're calling this yacht rock.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
to Crimson Raiders' point, this is my favorite on the album. After what
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, Deacon
Okay.
Blues was not my favorite. I'm not gonna go as far to call it a stinker, but it just
Okay.
wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
This one has been my favorite on this
Yeah.
album.
That's it.
That solo is just so interesting.
I like your picture. I keep it with your letter.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Done up in blueprint blue. It sure looks good on you. And when you smile for the camera, I know I love you better.
This bass line is unbelievable.
We'll come back to you. Hey, we'll come back to you. Then the shadow falls. You see it all repeat. It's your favorite foreign movie. It will come back to you. Hey, come back to you.
Listen to how when I'm bringing it back a little while because there's a couple of noises that I really wanted to revisit, but when you hear this ride come in on the drums and he's kind of working the bell on the ride. If you didn't know, the bell on the ride, when you see a cymbal like on its stand, bless you, when you see a cymbal on the stand, the ride is the really big one, the biggest one, you know, and you're gonna hear
the largest.
the largest
cymbal?
cymbal that you see.
Okay.
That's your ride.
Okay.
You know how a cymbal kind of comes in, it's like a disc, and then in the middle of the disc there's like the tip of the areola. It kind of
Okay.
goes up. It's not just a flat cymbal, right? It's like if you look up a ride cymbal, the rounded part in the middle, the mound of metal there in the middle,
Okay.
the
Yeah,
kind
I
of
see it.
bumpy
Mhm.
part,
The
that's the bell.
like the nipple.
The nipple of the ride is the
Okay.
bell, and it makes a totally different sound than the rest of the cymbal. So
Okay.
then you're getting ready to hear that coming up.
Shadow falls. You see it all repeat. It's your favorite foreign movie.
You've got the synthy thing there and the bell. It's so nice.
Shadow falls. You see it all repeat. It's your favorite foreign movie. It will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Then the shadow falls. You see it all repeat. It's your favorite foreign movie. It will come back to you.
This
Hey, it will come back to you. Then the shadow falls. You see it all repeat.
they really started board fading way early into this song.
It's their thing. I was just reading on Wikipedia. Peg has a page. It was the 87th best song of the 70s, describing it as the perfect Steely Dan song and one of the strangest hits to ever grace the mainstream.
I would agree that that is a strange hit.
Mhm.
I don't think that that is one of the best Steely Dan songs, and in fact, I don't think that Peg is the song I'm sending to people. I think I really think it's probably Bodhisattva.
Okay.
Like if I'm wanting to introduce somebody, you know, I want people to see the energy. I want people to see the jazz. I want people to
Okay.
see like the guitar, right? Like it lacks a little bit. Nope, Gaucho's next. Peg was the best song on this album so far. It was the beginning of side B. By the way, if you're here, are you side A or side B?
Home at Last is one of my favorites. I bet you're not going to like it though now.
I like piano.
Okay. I just love this one.
I'm gonna like it in spite of you at this point. I'm kidding.
I know this superhighway, this bright familiar sun.
This bass line is unreal.
Lucky one.
The Purdy Shuffle.
Who wrote that tired sea song? Said on this peaceful shore. You think you've heard this one before? Well, the danger on the rocks is surely past. Still, I remain tied to the mast. Could it be that I have found my home at last? Home at last.
Can I tell you guys something really cool about my life? My wife just said, "Could it be I have?" Or the song goes, "Could it be I have found my home at last, home at last?" And she looks at me and she goes, and she reaches out to grab my hand. Thank you for making me feel good. That made me feel so nice, though. Thank you for that. I like this a lot. Why did you think I wasn't gonna like this?
I don't know, because I said I loved Deacon Blues and you didn't like it.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna hate every song you like.
Could it be that I have found my home at last? She serves the smooth red cedar. She keeps me safe and warm. It's just the copy for the storm.
You have these awesome kind of almost reggae inspired guitar sounds. Then you've got this really funky sounding bass line. You've got just a kind of a I mean, honestly, the piano sounds like kind of a grand piano sound kind of thing there. They really do kind of take different concepts for each instrument, like different genre concepts for each instrument, and kind of throw it all in there. The piano line, oh, I mean, you're not lying. But as I revisit the lyrics, I know this superhighway, this brilliant, or this bright, familiar sun. I guess that I'm the lucky one who wrote that tired sea song set on this peaceful shore. It's like, it almost feels like he's kind of reflecting on, he kind of got lucky writing a big song. And then, you think you've heard this one before. Well, the danger on the rocks is surely past. Still, I remain tied to the mast. When he says that, I feel like there's a double intention, right? Like, if you're tied to something, you're kind of stuck to it, right? It feels like maybe there's a comment on his like view of success, but it also feels like he's finding home being trapped. And honestly, I maybe it's like a metaphoric boat of success. It feels this album has particularly kind of felt like it's been a reflection of making it, and I could be totally wrong. But it feels like these guys are older, wiser. I mean, what are we? How many years removed from Can't Buy a Thrill? We're now. It's looking like 6 years, 5, 6 years removed from Can't Buy a Thrill. So yeah, 5 years. It definitely feels like there's a conversation on what they have found in their success. But it also feels like there's a little bit of yeah, I don't know another way to put it, but it like they're kind of stuck into it at the same time.
Calling my reservation. So long, hey, thanks, my friend. I guess I'll try my luck again.
And when he's saying that, feels like he's being referential to earlier in the song when he's like, I guess I'm the one that wrote the lucky song. Maybe it's like you find success, but then you're constantly chasing success and you feel stuck to it. And like your home is this place of constantly trying to chase your old successes.
Mm.
I don't know.
Well, the danger on the rocks is surely past. Still, I remain tied to the mast. Could it be that I have found my home at last? Home at last.
This descent. No, this I think Home at Last is now my favorite on the album. And the sax. The trade. Their use of clean tones.
Well, the danger on the rocks.
This is my favorite.
Yes.
This has been my favorite on the album by far. Like the last two, I think I'm Team B side without question. You know, I comment on their various use of guitar tones, but the way that they used the clean tone there to take the lead in the midst of all of this other stuff, and then you've got I mean, you've got such an amazing mix of the instrumentation. I find myself really, really, really riveted with this one. I you know, I don't. And honestly, the more I'm sitting here thinking about this, listening to this album is truly just making me like the Royal Scam better. And I know that that's a funny thing to say, but I keep hearing this and I keep hearing what this seems to have gotten in terms of just growth from the Royal Scam. And it feels like they learned so much that it feels like this album is very much almost a continuation of that, because I feel like they were kind of commenting on their dis. It felt like the Royal Scam was very much a comment on what they saw as Hollywood and the music industry, and you know, the interruption of business meets art. And it feels like this is kind of further falling into, you know, commenting on the disillusionment that they have, you know, as guys that are trying to just be, you know, musicians, you know, and living what feels right to them, making art that they're proud of, that, you know, and God knows that they worked their butts off on this. Like, there's no way you make a sound that is this dynamic without just putting your soul into it. There's just not a way that you do that. But I feel like hearing this, it feels like they kind of are running away with the same problem that they had really took out into the Royal Scam. And this feels almost like it could be kind of part two, where they're being home at last is almost an acquiescence of accepting their circumstance as artists who have made it and are continually chasing something that is always expected of them, but they feel like they can maybe not attain.
Yeah.
And if you're tied to a mast, you're not steering the ship, right? Like the theme of this song has kind of been, I found home at last tied to the mast. And if you're tied to the mast, you're not in charge of the ship.
Well, the danger on the rocks is surely past. Still I remain tied to the mast.
Fluff It Up is from the South. He's calling it all Coke. I would say soda. But yeah, coming from my hometown, everybody just calls everything Coke. What kind of
Oh.
Coke do you want? Sprite.
Oh, really? I never
Yes.
heard that.
It's gonna drive you crazy when we go to the South.
Tennessee?
Yes.
Could it be that I have found my home at last?
Really? Yo, and Maccabeats, yo, welcome to the Rooskies. He's back on the bell with the drum. Also, I'm going to bring it back so I can kind of comment on this. I want you to hear both guitar parts are in the left ear. You're hearing the drum kind of full stereo spectrum here. So when you hear the guitar parts, you're hearing the rhythm and the lead both happening in the left. You're hearing the keys primarily in the right, along with some drum mix. The clean tone use again. Can anybody give me a gear rundown on this? Like, this sounds like, I mean, it sounds kind of like it's a neck pickup on a Fender played through like a Fender, like maybe a blackface twin reverb or something. Like maybe Silverface, maybe they were playing Silverfaces at the time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about amplifiers from Fender that have like the face plates on them are either black or silver. So don't hear something I'm not saying, because the last time I made a comment on blackface, I got cooked, and I was like, no, I'm talking about the amplifiers. It's an ES335.
Larry plays your guitar?
He does. This was Denny Diaz. That was the best one on the album. We've got 2 songs to go. Admittedly, this would be the Steely Dan album that kind of didn't get that missed me hearting a song.
No, you didn't heart a bunch on Katie Lied.
Okay, yeah, that's actually fair. That's actually fair.
You did not like Katie Lied.
No, I liked Katie Lied. Don't you go putting that
Okay.
evil on me. I liked Katie Lied.
not showing.
Hang on.
It's not showing which ones. There was no heart.
I guess I'm a liar.
No, you probably. I think it only had like 4. Like
I'm
out
just
of 10.
It's a totally different kind of evolved energy. But I find that as we're kind of going through it, just because I didn't like one song doesn't mean that this album isn't tremendous. Doesn't mean that the mixing and mastering and everything isn't tremendous. This is actually kind of friggin' bonkers. But you didn't heart a song in Pretzel Logic. Thank you, Garrett. Which stands, because again, it's admittedly, recency bias is probably really ringing true here, but I loved the Royal Scam. And honestly, going from Can't Buy a Thrill to Countdown to Ecstasy, those two are just such a 1-2 punch, you know, like I think that Can't Buy a Thrill is probably the best freshman effort of any album ever. That might be the best first album of any band.
It's a great album.
It might be the best first album of any band, period. Look at the hits on that album. It might be the best first album ever. Boston, I don't think that they're even comparable. I don't even think that they're comparable. Tom Schultz is fantastic, is cool, but I don't think that they're comparable. Yeah, all Dan is good Dan. I'm convinced in that. There isn't a Dan record I've disliked. I could listen to every chunk of Dan indiscriminately on repeat. Like they've really just got a sound I like. Maybe it's because one Walter to another, we just get each other, right? Like maybe me and maybe it's just that Walter's got to stick together. I don't know. I'm a dying breed, guys. We all know this. Like there aren't many Walters out there, touching things anymore. So maybe it's just there's a part of my brain that's like, oh, okay. I gotta root for my own. But
yeah, you're definitely the first Walter I've ever met.
I hear that quite a bit.
The last Walt.
Down. Walter White. Yep. The piano. On in the right ear. Nice. Night, Uncle Bert. Dude, B-side rips. And the drum sound. Hear the volume swells there?
Slow down, I'll tell you when. I may never walk again.
Boom, bum, bum, bum. And then the horns. The clap.
What I hear may be true. I will still be proud to know you.
The strings. Hang on.
Still be proud to know you.
I love to love you, baby. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to just.
Spanish kissing, see it glisten.
You hear the rhythms going like kind of back and you've got the lead happening primarily in the right ear, but then you hear just a really soft rhythm guitar, like kind of their use of subtlety. And this grand piano sound. You came raging, love rampaging. This guitar tone is just totally in my alley. I'm a sucker for a clean tone, dude.
I got good news. Yes,
I think bass might win this song, though.
can you say I love her now?
Never mind. What was the track order for you, Radar? I don't think you should be killed for that, Bish. I'll give you a maybe on that one. I'm not even gonna
The
lie.
very ends part, I could hear it.
That's kind of where I was like, I don't think we should kill him for that one. Maybe that's a more fair take than people want to admit. This is Josie. This is the last one on the album. Oh my gosh. This has gone fast. This has been okay. Josie, where does this rank on your list?
Oh, I honestly don't know. Let's listen and I'll tell you after.
Coming back through, what's been your favorite so far?
I always say Home at Last is my favorite.
Home at Last is the one. That's the banger. That's the banger. For sure.
I think you're gonna like this one. I think you're gonna like this one too.
Dude. This was one of Crosby's top 5 albums. Ooh, my God. Hang on. You hear this combo of guitar and bass? After the chimes? The escalation? Their use of bombastics, dude. This is a perfect time for me to explain the difference between downstrokes and upstrokes, too. Okay? So you're going to hear them. I'm going to show you with my hand, okay? You can kind of...
We're gonna break out when Josie comes home.
The Hats and Hooters?
We're gonna rev up the motor scooters when Josie comes home to stay. We're gonna park in the street, sleep on the beach and make it. Throw down the jam till the girls say when. Lay down the law and break it when Josie comes home.
Throw down the jam?
Josie comes home, so good.
That sounds like sexy stuff. Like, hey, Josie, when you get home, we're going to throw down the jam. Like, you know what I mean?
She's the
I think this is a song about
She's the raw flame, the live wire. She prays like a Roman with her eyes on fire.
Is he saying she prays like a Catholic, but she's like burning with desire?
Maybe.
You hear this bass? I almost feel like you get some of this in a Fish song that we all very much like, where you hear the double, the like, yeah, it's you enjoy myself.
Go back a bit.
With her eyes on fire.
Like a double tap.
Joe, would you love to scrap? She'll never say no.
Wait, it's not You Enjoy Myself, but you know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
was like, I
It's
don't,
not- it's-
definitely
it's-
don't hear that, but okay.
Shine up the battle.
It's not flying into my head right now. What's the song that both Trey and Mike do the tap and slide?
We'll shake 'em
Tweezer.
all
Duh.
down. We gonna mix it with street. Strike it
I'm so
at
stupid.
midnight. Dance on the bones till the girls say when. Pick up with lead by daylight when Josie comes home. When Josie comes home, so bad. She's the best friend we ever had. She's the raw flame, the live wire. She prays like a Roman with her eyes on fire.
I also want you to hear this She Prays Like a Roman. You hear just this rake on the guitar. It's like a rake is just all 6 strings get striked.
Okay.
Like
Strikes.
a Roman with her eyes on fire.
Whoa. Say, Sarah? There is like you have an overdriven guitar sound for the rhythm doing that. But then you have a clean tone playing the lead. This is so opposite of what typically happens, and they're doing it so seamlessly. It makes me so happy. This is, guys, we could have a conversation that would last forever about headroom, okay? Headroom, the concept of how loud can you make the same sound without going into any kind of overdriven, breaking the sound.
Okay.
Like you don't want any kind of distortion. You don't want to be peaking anything. You don't want, you want just the sound that it makes. Headroom is your ability to have that noise without any kind of break up in the tone, right?
Okay.
The way they do this,
Is it hard to do?
No, it's not hard to do. It's just there's gear that has it and gear that doesn't,
Oh, okay.
right? Like it's how you program things. It needs space.
Okay.
There's a lot of different things. So when you're listening to this, there's very much an intentional sound design between them having a little bit of crunch and grit to the lead, to the rhythm, but they're bringing it down a little bit in the mix, and then they're just letting this really clean sound. Like it's one of the you hear me talk about the concept of playing something like a guitar player whose amp is really loud, but he's playing really quiet. A lot of times that is like him playing really quiet is going to give you the loudest version of clean tone on his amplifier. When he starts playing hard and heavy, you start hearing a little bit of the breakup.
Okay.
Some amplifiers, like
JTM 45.
that's going to have a lot of natural clean breakup.
Okay.
That's one thing I really like about it. So, but think about it this way. A lot of guitar players, if you've ever plugged your guitar into like an Ampeg SVT Classic, right? The Ampeg SVT Classic is going to make any guitar player, no matter how much overdrive you put into it, like no matter how much pump you put into your gain, it's going to sound like just a massive clean tone. And there's something really kind of cool about that. There's just a lot of headroom there. And an Ampeg SVT Classic is a bass amplifier. So when you hear this and you're hearing, the broken up sound of the rhythm, but then you hear this jazzy kind of very clean tone that's punching above the rest of the mix, it's so nice. Fidelity. Love that word.
Okay.
Love that word.
Okay.
When Josie comes home, so good. She's the pride of the neighborhood. She's the raw flame, the live wire. She plays like a Roman with her eyes on fire.
Is Josie like the bicycle of the...
It seems like it.
Is she like the neighborhood bicycle? I shouldn't say that because slut shaming isn't cool. But you know what I mean.
You're just making an observation.
Right. Clean tone for days. It just makes me happy. But is it going to stick the landing? Are we board fading?
Seems like it. Was every song word faded on this album?
None of this was recorded in isolation booths? Oh my gosh.
That just means they're all in the same room.
Isolation booths would be like you put an amplifier cabinet into a closed and acoustically treated soundproofed room with the microphone that is capturing the sound in that room of just the amplifier and nothing else. Like you're not hearing any other noise around it, and it's feeding into wherever the mix console is.
Oh,
They
were able to do that without that isolation booth. Is that what you're saying?
They didn't use one. So they captured a really pure sound.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to the comment on the not slut shaming in the village bicycle thing. I don't advise anybody go out and be that. Yeah.
Well, also, Gizhenge just talked about the board fade. We're talking about something about a difference. Like there was the walkout versus the board fade.
I
What
literally
was that?
so Gizhenge, and this
Yeah.
came up. This actually came up here pretty recently. I think it was Royal Scam.
Yeah.
So to Gizhenge's point, I literally said I felt like one particular board fade that they did. You gave me the impression of walking away from the sound, and just it was kind of like, man, that was nice. They're still ripping, and there is something about that I like, but there is something also about just a resolve by design, right? Like a finished year up kind of thing. This album is maybe it needs more listens. It's not my favorite Steely Dan album. I really kind of thought there was going to be...
We overhyped it.
I think it might... Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think it's amazing. I think it's absolutely a culmination of everything that they've learned up to this point. But it doesn't... It's not even hitting me with the recency bias beating Royal Scam right now. So I would say that it, like, honestly...
You like Royal Scam better. It's okay.
Yeah, and again, I feel like I'm gonna get like dunked on for not liking Asia the best. I hope I like Gaucho the best, but
remember, we all have each other different tastes, and we don't yuck on the yum.
yeah, that we don't yuck on people's yums, and that was the end of it. Yeah, that was such a quick, like, nice little, like it's kind of crazy to me that this is like...
Gaucho took me so long. Like, I really didn't think Gaucho was that good. And all these people, like musicians specifically, were like, it's the best, best, best. And I don't know, just one day it clicked and it just became my favorite.
I feel like this album had so many shining moments. I absolutely think B-side beats A-side. But I think that Home at Last, Josie, or probably and then Peg, were probably my favorites. This was just truly delightful, and it didn't have nearly as thought-provoking an album cover as some of their others have, but it like incorporated again every single lesson that they've learned. We did get jazz out of this. We did get the funk and R&B out of this. And they continue to incorporate different concepts that I really fell in love with. There's absolutely an element where you come back to this album, and every time you do, you catch something different until you kind of have like eh, just a familiar, like, I've lived with this album kind of, kind of view of it. I honestly, I loved it, but it wasn't it's not my favorite Dan.
All right.
And I'm glad that you like it so much. I'm glad we're finally getting to your two favorite albums, because it's been a heck of a Dan old journey, but
A Dan old journey.
a Dan old journey.
Yay.
But yeah, guys, I feel like it's a pretty good point to close this one down. Guys, I love you. We love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another.
Love you.
Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.